Hey everybody, it's Sam the Cooking Guy. Welcome to week 4 of the Chef Throwdown lead up to the cystic fibrosis main event on October 1st. It's exciting, isn't it? In this time of COVID, this is the way that organizations are making money. So if you've got some cash in your pocket, I want to encourage you to take it out and send it here. Okay, well, not to me. I don't want it, but CF San Diego wants it. So, but let me tell you what I'm doing. Look, I've paid attention, Lewis. My Chihuahua, sorry. I've paid attention to the other chefs and what they've done, and they've done some gorgeous stuff. Sorry. They've done some gorgeous stuff, but honestly, for me, who cooks for a living, I'm looking at these things and I'm like, James Montejano, what is that ingredient? Where does it come from? David White, I love your stuff, man, but I can't even pronounce or spell some of the stuff you've used. Today's different. Today is about you. I'm showing you how to make crispy seared salmon. There's, 1, 2, 3 ingredients to it. Green onion and slightly garlicky mashed potatoes. And then I'm going to put on top something that you can buy at a store on Amazon that will change your life. So all in, I'm probably like 10 ingredients. And you'll be able to, at the end, go, holy crap, Sam, I could actually make that. That's the point, right? So let me start with what I'm doing right now. The lead up to the mashed potatoes. I've got Yukon Gold, peeled, cut, even sizes, potatoes in a pot simmering. But right here, we're gonna do the thing that's gonna make them delicious. You can't see, this is just melted butter. And to the melted butter, I'm gonna add some whipping cream. Some whipping cream, because why not? Because this will make it super delicious, and it will go back on the heat. And as the whipping cream starts to heat up, it will thicken just a little bit. The butter will give flavor. But what else will give flavor will be this clove of peeled garlic that we're just gonna do this. Put it on the table, flatten it with our knife, and then this will go in like that. And now you just let that do its thing. It's just gonna sit there, it's gonna melt. The garlic is gonna perfume the cream and the butter and make it so, so delicious. So while we're waiting for that, let me show you what we do with our salmon. So I've got a couple beautiful little pieces of salmon here, and I'm gonna be honest with you. Davin would probably disagree with me. I am not, how can I put this in a nice way? I'm not a salmon snob. I'm happy with farmed salmon, assuming it comes from the right place. The New Zealanders do it really well. Their farmed salmon is beautiful. They're doing all the right things for the environment above and below the sea level. So I like it because it's always consistent. It's not fishy. I can count on it. It's thick. It's beautiful. Okay, so here we go. Couple little pieces, right? Here's what we're going to put on it. This gorgeous, beautiful elixir is sesame chili oil. So you can go to an Asian market. We've got a bunch here in San Diego, and buy sesame chili oil already done. If you can't find it, almost every Western market will have chili oil, Asian chili oil, and sesame oil. And the two of these into a container will make this. Good? All right. So here's what we do. We're going to put this on our salmon. We'll bring the camera down close so you can watch this part. So here's all this gets. Ready? So here's all this gets. It gets the sesame chili oil on top and below, and some kosher salt and pepper. I keep these mixed beside my counter because you often need salt and pepper together. You might as well already have it mixed up, right? I meant beside my stove. Okay, these are ready to go into the pan, but let's get our potatoes happening first. All right, so here we go. Here's the potatoes. You can take a, if I had a spoon, stand by. Shit. Nobody move. You can cut that. Okay, here's our potatoes. And I want you to notice one thing. If I take one, here's how you know when they're ready. When a fork or a stick with a point goes in easily, they're done. That's what you want. That takes about 15 minutes. Put the evenly cut potatoes in a pot, cover it with cold water, then bring it up to a boil, turn it down. 15 minutes later, they should be ready. So I'm going to strain these. I don't want the water. Out they'll come. And now here I've got this. I'll turn my cream down before it boils over. And now here's what I want to do. You could just put them in and you could use a hand masher. I have one. I have no idea where it is. Oh, here. That was a terrible junk drawer. I'm embarrassed. But I know you have one just like that. Everybody has one. I'm okay with it. I really am. You could hand mash them and you'd be okay. I don't think you can get a better tool for making really delicious, perfectly smooth mashed potatoes than a potato ricer. And really, if you look at it, it's just like a giant garlic press, right? The potatoes go in here, you squeeze them down, and they call it a ricer because they come out in sort of rice-ish shaped bits. So let's do that, shall we? So I'll put this guy over here now. I'll load it up with some potato, just like this. A couple pieces. And then we come back here, and here's the impressive part. Wait for it. Look it. I'm telling you, come Thanksgiving, if there is a Thanksgiving this year, because God knows what will happen with this virus, this will become your best friend. It really will. And one more. And by the way, it's really fun. Look, if you got kids, get them cooking, A. But B, kids don't need a how to make pancakes that look like Mickey Mouse's head with the ears. Kids just want to be involved. Let them do this. Get them in a kitchen, get them stirring, get them cutting with a kid-appropriate knife. Just get them in there. This is the time that they need to know they can do this. Our job as parents is to grow them up into useful citizens that contribute to society and can live on their own. The cooking's part of it. Don't leave that part out. All right, now we take this butter, cream, garlic, and we put it in here with this. And we mix. Oh, the smell. The smell of the garlic is unbelievable. And as we get this stirring to make a perfect, beautiful mash, we're going to add one more thing. Wait for it. I think I promised green onion mashed potato. So that's what's going in. I've got some finely diced green onion. We'll put about 3/4 of it in. Give it a quick stir. Add 2 more things. Wait. Don't anybody go away. Sorry. Kosher salt and pepper. And I know there's probably a chef somewhere going, oh my God, he's using black pepper. He should be using white pepper. White pepper, ladies and gentlemen, is a scam. It's a ruse perpetrated on an unknowing society by people that want to sell white pepper. I don't have a problem if there's little flecks of black. It's okay. It's charming. It's rustic. So the green onions, salt and pepper, and a tiny splash, watch, 1/4 teaspoon of the sesame oil. We'll just carry the flavors that were going to be on the salmon, into the potatoes. I could just eat all that right now. But next up, because this is ready, the salmon. Here we go. All right, here's the thing about salmon. I don't like to cook it from cold. Apparently there's an Alton Brown theory that says you cook it from cold. I don't understand that. I don't think you can get it where you want, inside and outside, if you start with ice cold salmon. So this has been out about a half an hour. I'm using a non-stick pan. It's been on the heat about 4 minutes, and I can tell it's very hot. By the way, this is my way to tell if a pan is hot. I don't condone this behavior. You shouldn't do this. I don't want you to burn yourself, so forget you saw that. It's just some dumb thing that I've done for a long time. Now, here's really important information. Whether it's salmon, whether it's a steak, whether it's chicken breasts, the side that goes into the pan first is the presentation side. The side that will be face up on your plate, because that's when the pan is at its A, hottest, and B, cleanest. So in the case of our salmon, you can take a look. This was the side that had the skin on it. I want this top side to go face down first. We cool about that? Okay, and then in you go, and then I'll show you how long. Should I just go? In goes one. Then it goes two. And honestly, if you don't get that searing sound, your pan is probably not hot enough. So this is going to take maybe 2 to 3 minutes aside. You can see here this corner, it's starting to cook a little bit, so we're just going to leave it. I'll tell you when it's time to flip it over. You'll know. The cool thing about salmon is because of that, it basically has a built-in thermometer. It helps you understand. And remember this, we don't have to kill the salmon. We eat salmon raw in many restaurants. So why should we ruin it here? That's it. We shouldn't. We should keep it a little medium rare on the inside. It's much better. There's more flavor. You dry it out like a steak. A steak cooked to well done has no flavor, is useless, and shouldn't even be allowed in a restaurant. What you do at home is fine, but. Okay, so you take a look down here, you can see how the salmon is doing very nicely. See that? That's about 1/3 of the way to me, maybe 1/4, same. So let's turn these guys over. And this is what you're looking for. You want this beautiful crust on top. Great, and look in the sides, you see how it's cooking? We're gonna keep it rare in the middle, folks. That's our goal here today. It's that simple. And then as soon as it's done, we bring it out and we plate it, and Bob's your uncle. The salmon is ready. I want you to take a look at this. This way. Do you see what I mean? How we've kept it rare on the inside, or medium rare on the inside. Shoot. Okay, that broken pieces for later. All right, so let's build this. Let's start with the mashed potatoes on the bottom. And we'll go like this. Don't have to go crazy. There we go. Next, a beautiful piece of our salmon. Like that. And now, what did I promise? I promised something that I said I think will be life-changing. And this is not the only example of it. There's a lot of these. It's called chili crunch. So think of this as bits of garlic. Here, let me show you. Uh-oh. Embarrassing. Here's what this is. Can you come close and see that? That's bits of chilies, garlic, and chili oil in the most amazingly delicious way possible. So we're going to give a little bit of this to the top. I'm telling you, on eggs, in soup, on a steak, a piece of chicken, it's something that you must get. Amazon or any local San Diego market, Asian market. So a little of this on top. Oh, it's so good. And then maybe a little drizzle of the oil around. Make that pretty. And then the only other thing we're going to give this is just a little bit of green onion around to mimic what's in the potatoes, and then a little micro cilantro on top to get all chefy, beautiful. And by the way, you can buy micro cilantro at pretty much any Western style market, so I'm not sending you anywhere crazy like some of the other chefs did. Crispy seared salmon with chili crunch and a green onion mashed potatoes. And don't forget, there was a little garlic and butter and cream in the potatoes, but that's the way they should be. And so there you have it. It's beautiful. Honestly, it's beautiful. It's simple, it's elegant, and it's something that you absolutely can do. So we need a little bite, of course. Try the mashed potatoes first with a little bit of the chili crunch. The little bite of the green onion in them gives them some texture that the perfectly smooth potatoes need. And now for the salmon. Oh, this gorgeous piece. I don't know if you can see the color in here. Hold on. This is the way salmon should be consumed. Raw or this. There really shouldn't be any in between. And there shouldn't be any after cooking. You know what I mean? Don't get this thing any more cooked. So a little bite of salmon, a little bit of the mashed potatoes. And before I take my bite, just let me say, donate what you can to CF. It's important, they need it, they'll love you forever, and you'll feel good. I'm gonna take a bite, but Jeremy from Trust Restaurant is gonna pick up where I left off in the next video, making you an amazing dessert. Bon appetit. See ya. See you October 1st. Oh, come on.